The sun was setting gently over the kingdom, bathing the cobblestone streets in warm, clean golden light, when Cinderella noticed something was wrong. Very wrong. At first, it was just a thump, then another, then a rhythm. Thump, thump, thump. The townspeople paused. Birds flew away. A guard dropped his spear and whispered, "That sounds like vegetables." From the edge of the road, a pumpkin rolled forward. Then another dot. Then 10. They had hundreds. They weren't rolling randomly. They were marching. Each pumpkin had tiny, glowing eyes carved into it and leafy arms swinging in perfect formation. Some wore dented helmets made of pot lids. Others dragged wooden spoons like swords. At the front of the army was a massive pumpkin with a carved face so serious it looked offended by existence itself. "Halt!" the giant pumpkin boomed. The entire army stopped at once. Cinderella gasped, lifting her skirt so she wouldn't trip backward. Oh my goodness! I knew the spell was temporary, but I didn't think it would develop attitude. Merida, standing beside her with her bow already raised, squinted. Why do I always arrive in kingdoms where food wants to fight? The giant pumpkin stepped forward, rolling with authority. We are the forgotten, the stepped on, the turned into carriages without consent. The pumpkins behind him chanted, "Respect, respect, respect," while banging spoons against their shells. Cinderella clasped her hands nervously. I'm very grateful for the carriage. Truly, it was lovely. Elegant. Very orange. That's not the point, shouted a smaller pumpkin who immediately fell over and had to be helped back up by 2 others. Merida leaned down to Cinderella. So let me get this straight. You had magic turn pumpkins into transport and now they've unionized. Before Cinderella could answer, an arrow whizzed through the air, not from Merida's bow, but from the pumpkin army. It was made of sharpened carrot. Merida's eyes lit up. Double quotes. Oh, I like them already. The pumpkin general rolled closer. We demand dignity. No more being stepped on. No more being soup without permission. And absolutely no more midnight transformations. They're embarrassing. Cinderella winced. I can apologize? The army gasped. A whisper spread. She said sorry. Is that legal? Merida stepped forward, hands on her hips. All right, vegetables. Let's calm down before someone becomes pie. The pumpkins hissed. I'm not threatening, Merida said quickly, just stating history. The general pumpkin sighed, his carved eyes dimming slightly. We didn't want war. We wanted to be seen. At that moment, magic flickered in the air. One pumpkin accidentally transformed into a golden carriage wheel, then back again. Oh no, Cinderella whispered. The spell is unstable. Panic erupted. Pumpkins bumped into each other, some turning briefly into teacups, others into fancy footstools. Merida grabbed Cinderella's hand. You fix spells, right? Usually before midnight. Cinderella cried. Thinking fast, Merida jumped onto a barrel. Listen up, she shouted. You don't need magic to be respected. You need representation. The pumpkins froze. What's that? One asked. Cinderella suddenly smiled, an idea sparkling brighter than her glass slippers. What if, instead of being used, the pumpkins became part of the town? Farmers. Artists. Decorations by choice. No forced carriages. The pumpkin general slowly nodded. We have always wanted to open a seasonal festival. Merida grinned. See? Peace talks. Now put the carrot weapons down. The magic settled. The pumpkins glowed not with anger now, but pride. Leaves straightened. One pumpkin even wiped a tear with a vine. By morning, the town was transformed. Pumpkin stalls lined the streets. Pumpkin guards stood proudly by choice. Children waved. No one stepped on anyone. Cinderella looked around, relieved. I think this is the happiest ending pumpkins have ever had. Merida laughed, slinging her bow over her shoulder. And if they ever march again. The pumpkin general saluted. It will be for a parade. And the kingdom slept peacefully except for one small pumpkin who quietly whispered, "Still don't trust midnight." Everyone agreed.